What's up, blasters? I'm Mippy, I'm the rogue class lead on maxroll, and today I'm going to show you my leveling plan for the season start, where I'm going to start as Dance of Knives rogue, which is the fastest leveling build in the entire game, and then I'm going to transition into Death Trap rogue, the strongest rogue build in season 8. Let's get into it. As preparation for season 8, I have made a season 8 leveling plan spreadsheet with all of the information that we need, where I'm going to go over what to do at what level and how to get to the end game and to tournament as fast as possible. As always, do remember the town is lava. The more time you spend in town, the less time you are not gaining XP. If you are asking yourself, how do I level fast? Ask yourself the question, is what I'm doing right now beneficial to gaining XP? And if that's not the case, do something that is. In this spreadsheet, I've listed the dog leveling guide, the Dance of Knives endgame guide, and also the Death Trap rogue guide for you for quick access, and also links to the boss loot table spreadsheet and also the speed leveling guide. Right. What we are going to do is we are going to do a mixture of multiple things to ensure a smooth start of the season. At the beginning, you have to create a new character and start the game on hard if you're playing Dance of Knives. Why can we do that? Because Dance of Knives has so much damage right off the gate that doing it on hard is basically the same speed as doing it on normal, so you can definitely be sure to do that if you're feeling confident with it. If you don't know how to play Dance of Knives, then check out the leveling guide that is linked in the sheet as well. Right, after that, you create a seasonal char, you equip your pet from the wardrobe. This is important because you want the pet to pick up materials and to be there to pick up gold and everything else. Then you go grab the mercenaries from the den, because you want to level them up to gain points in their reports. Start the seasonal quest if you can, and it is already available. We don't know that for sure. And complete the Raising Spirits side quest in Kiovashad. This is to ensure you get some bundled herbs to be able to craft elixirs. Elixirs will grant you an XP bonus when consumed. These last for 30 minutes, so make sure to consume them regularly while leveling. All of this can be done while you're still level 1. So make sure to go through this quickly because none of this really gives you that much XP. Important to note here is that you also need to grab your renown. Right, on level 2, which you will probably reach once you completed the first quest, you can start the Apparition Incursions. This is the new seasonal mechanic where you go into a sort of Helltide-like thing where different bosses spawn, and that's where you can gain the boss powers, which are the seasonal powers that we gain this time, and the Spectral Ashes required to level them up. I'll personally do that as soon as I can and focus on completing those and the Whispers that are now available in the boss tile as well. These will give you quite a good experience, so be sure to try to focus on the bosses, but also to complete the Whispers and hand them in whenever you can. This is something that you can do until level 15. Also, make sure to keep an eye on the world boss spawns, because Wandering Death is something that you want to do if you're playing Dance of Knives, because it gives us the Wandering Death. This is really good because when using a channeling skill, you will get a seizable damage bonus from the beam hitting targets, so make sure to pick that up once the boss is actually spawning. Right, from level 15 on, the class specializations, which were usually unlocked by a quest, are now automatically unlocked if you have them before at any point in time on one of your characters. So on level 15, if you're playing Dance of Knives, equip combo points, swap that to Inner Sight on level 20, and finally get the specialization that we're going to use in Dance of Knives in general, which is Preparation on level 30. Then until level 45, you basically keep doing boss tide until you have good boss powers, level them quite a bit. Or if you feel like you want to mix it up, you can also do Hell Tides or start the Undercity quest to gain some tributes, which will be very beneficial for your overall progression. If you're feeling weak, you can also complete some dungeons, which will unlock useful aspects for your build. If you're still feeling weak after getting those aspects, you can also drop down to normal. If you don't know which aspects are good or useful for your build, make sure to check out your respective leveling guide, because the aspects that are useful or good are listed in those. Right, once you reach level 45, you should swap to doing strongholds. Ideally, you could do them normal because the completion XP does not scale with the difficulty. But if you're really feeling your character is strong, maybe you drop the good aspect that helps the damage, like star shards for example, then you can also swap to hard, because if you do that at the same speed, you'll get a little bit more XP just from killing the monsters inside the stronghold. For which stronghold to do, refer to the stronghold spreadsheet that we have here. This is like a small overview of the very efficient and the efficient strongholds to do. If you are not level 60 after doing the very efficient ones and you don't feel like doing more strongholds, you can also go back to Apparition Incursions, the boss tide, or Hell tides, or even the Undercity and use the tributes that you have gathered before. While not exclusively sticking to always the fastest method to get to level 60, doing some stuff like Apparitions Incursions more can help your overall character progression. Because at some point you will have to farm the Spectral Ashes anyway, and starting with that early on might not be bad for your overall character progression. Once you are level 60, it is encouraged to swap to Penitent immediately, because you want to have a fast way to unlock the Pit and Torment 1. And on Penitent, you should start to temper your gear with whatever tempers you found, reroll certain affixes on your gear that might not be optimal, imprint your gear with the aspects that you need, and maybe you found some better aspects along the way, so imprint those. And also fix runes, work on your resistances and armor, and yeah, once you've done all that, ideally not more than 5 minutes for that part, because, you know, the town is lava, you want to start the pits all the way to Pit tier 10, and then to unlock Torment 1. Why is this important? Well, we want to kill tormented bosses for good loot, and that's why we need to get to Torment. And our endgame build guides usually require quite a few uniques, and maybe some mythic uniques, and that's why we want to do the bosses as soon as we can to start gaining chances at getting those uniques and mythics. In Torment 1, if you're feeling weak and you want to progress a little bit faster, it might be smart to party up with friends or use the party finder to find some people to play with. Because in a group, it's usually a bit faster to kill the boss, even though it has more HP, to have more people contributing to the damage and more people that can maybe help you if you die or something. So always good to do that with many people. And the loot also does slightly scale on tormented bosses with more people. I think it is one item in a full group, like you get one item more if you play in a group, but it's nothing to worry about. If you just want to play solo, that's perfectly fine. Right, if you want to transition to Deathtrap Rogue, then it is important that you do Varshan, because he drops the Eyes in the Dark, which is the mandatory unique to play the Deathtrap Rogue. So if you want to transition to this, you need to drop that, and from there on, you can start on then re-imprinting and working on your gear to make sure you hit all the required cooldown reduction and breakpoints that are listed in the Deathtrap Rogue endgame guide. If you don't feel like playing Deathtrap and you just want to keep spin to win, well, that's fine as well. You can use the bosses to improve your gear on your Dance of Knives Rogue, and this is what I'm personally planning to do, so I will transition to Deathtrap at some point, but I'm not sure if I will do it immediately. Right. Anyway, this is my plan for the season start. The season is starting very soon. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are too. I'll be streaming live on twitch.tv/Mippy. You can catch me there and ask me any questions that you have about the guides that I've written, and also about Rogue or the game in general. So I'll be happy to see you there. If you enjoyed this video and you like my content, then I would surely appreciate it if you guys drop a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck and have fun.